because it was a recipe on TikTok, it shouldn't be that hard. Hi friends, this is Dana. Welcome back. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be baking. During this quarantine, I have become quite obsessed with TikTok, as has much of the rest of the world. So this morning I was spending some time scrolling through my TikTok and I came across a video that made me stop. It was this girl making these chocolate chip cookies and they looked amazing. And when I read the caption, it said something about them being inspired by Levain's bakery in New York. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Levain's. They have the most amazing cookies. They're these like cake-like consistency, and so the cookie itself is like this thick, and when you break it apart, it's just gooey and warm and amazing. When I saw this tutorial on TikTok for how to make Levain's cookies at home, I had to go ahead and try it. One of the ingredients that the recipe called for was cake flour. So I pretty much had everything else. I just needed chocolate chips and cake flour. I went to go look for cake flour and I could not find it anywhere. So I assumed that they were sold out. So I went to Trader Joe's, no cake flour. So then I went to a different Ralph's, no cake flour. I went to Target, no cake flour. I went to Walmart and there was still no cake flour. So by this point I was FaceTiming with my sister because I had been running around to different stores all morning. So she looked it up for me while I was FaceTiming her, and it said that you can actually substitute cornstarch and regular flour for cake flour. So that's what we did for this recipe. So I have no promises about how these are going to turn out. I feel like because it was a recipe on TikTok, it shouldn't be that hard. You know, the video was like maybe 30 seconds long and it seemed very easy. So we're gonna give it a try. I have to watch this TikTok to figure out exactly how they made it. It says the 1 cup of butter should be cold, which is good because ours is cold, and we need to cut it up into slices.
Cold, and you're gonna add in 1 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar.
So I think the other thing you should know is I literally don't bake. Every time I bake, I feel like something horrible happens. Like I undercook it, or I forgot to preheat the oven, and then I just stick it in there and it burns and it's not, oh my gosh. I feel like baking is just not really my thing. I do continue to try, and that's what matters, right?
You're gonna add in
Eggs are rolling around. Okay. I was right. It's going everywhere. This is like not going well. I literally have butter everywhere. I feel like it is really not supposed to look like this. It matters because you probably should not make it like this. This piece of butter is straight up not even touched. Let's do a little more blending. We must consult TikTok. Now we are supposed to add 2 eggs, but it says to do it 1 at a time. Okay, so this is what I imagine cookie dough is supposed to look like. That looks more like something that is correct. I think I'm just going to try to mix this together a little bit first so that when I turn my mixer on, it doesn't literally just go everywhere. Okay guys, so we almost missed what could be a very vital step. This girl on her TikTok, she's like going through the instructions, and I feel like she forgot to talk about the baking soda or just forgot to add it in there. And so she just added a little text bubble. So initially I missed that, but we do also add some baking soda. So she says 3/4 of a hold on. 3/4 of a teaspoon. So I just have 1 teaspoon. So I'm just gonna fill it, like not all the way. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay guys, this is actually the biggest like mess. I'm gonna have to mop my whole kitchen after this. Okay. Next up, she says to add as many chocolate chips as you want. In my personal opinion, the only chocolate chips you should ever use are these Ghirardelli chocolate chips. I really think they're the best, and I feel like they really just make everything I bake better. Although I don't bake very well, and I don't bake very often. I don't deal well with vague instructions just because I am not very good at baking, so I never know like what looks like enough. Looks like good enough, right? And then I also added these walnuts. These are not part of the recipe, but I just thought they would be good. So let's throw some of those in. Honestly, if this doesn't work out, I'm blaming it on the walnuts because it wasn't in the recipe. So the thing about this is that every time I bake, I have very low expectations of myself. I just don't foresee it going well, just because it never does. It never does. I think it's because I'm maybe not exact enough. I don't know though. Should I throw some more walnuts in? See, this is why I just have no self-control when it comes to like chocolate chips or like the nut part, so I just keep throwing them in. That was too much. I think that was too much. Okay, so I am preheating the oven to 410. I honestly don't think I've ever baked anything at that high of a temperature. Okay, this looks promising.
You're gonna get this consistency.
Okay, so she gave me like no instructions on what size to make them, but they like looked pretty big in her video. So we're just gonna go with like relatively large. So update guys, the cookies are currently in the oven. They're supposed to bake for about 9 minutes. So in 9 minutes, we will go ahead and check back in on them. Let's hope that they turn out okay. I will let you guys know. Okay guys, so I just took my cookies out of the oven and this is what they're looking like. So now we just have to wait for them to cool down. So hopefully they cool kind of quickly and then we will see how they taste. Okay guys, so my cookies just came out of the oven. So you can see them right here. And I am going to go ahead and try one of them. So here it is. That's not bad, honestly. Like, would I say it tastes like Levain's? Not necessarily. I think Levain's are way better. But I do think that this tastes pretty good. This is like pretty bomb. And guys, you should try these, honestly. I would give this like an 8 out of 10, honestly. I'll go ahead and put the recipe for the cookies below. I'll also go ahead and link the TikTok video that I found these in. So that way you guys can go ahead and try them if you want. Other than that, I don't really have much else for this video. So if you guys have anything you'd like to see in videos in the future, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Feel free to subscribe if you want, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.